Please be advised that everything in my video is purely for entertainment purposes. These are purely my thoughts and opinions and are subjective. I must advise you to please do your own research. All media users found on the public domain and are fair use and fair dealings.
Well, hello. I've actually come through one of my promises and I am back. I said I would be back very, very soon. So, as this is going to be a slightly longer video, let's talk about me for a bit. We had some beautiful weather at the weekend. My husband and I went out on a road trip with the doggies. And before everyone freaks out, don't worry, we stayed within our 5-mile radius. I'm very lucky. I live very, very near to the Sussex Downs. Those of you that are not from the UK, please feel free to Google. It is miles and miles and miles and miles of beautiful walks and sights. So quite a few of you have been chewing at my tail to cover the James Corden and Prince Harry on the bus. I've watched bits of it. Come on, give me a break. I don't really want to. I'll be honest, I don't want to. Do you want to? No, you don't. You want me to watch it so you don't have to. One of my very good friends, however, did watch it, so I interviewed her about it. No, I'm not going to show a clip because she's camera shy, but I did ask her. On the whole consensus, she said that he came across really well and he was very much like the old Harry, by meaning the pre-Meghan Harry. So, you know, and the clips that I've seen, I think that he did come across very fun. He was quite light-hearted. There were definitely references which the media did pick up about him still talking about us royals don't carry cash. Well, you know, you're now an ex-royal and the last I heard, or as you announced to everyone, that you're financially independent. So it's about time, boyo, you had a wallet. And given all the multi-million-pound deals that we constantly hear about, he should have been paying for everyone else's bus fare as well. Overall, Harry came across as fun and light-hearted, but, you know, he came across as a celebrity, and that's the problem, isn't it? He did not behave the way that a prince should do, really, or the way a prince has been brought up to behave. There was nothing royal about it, which is what Harry wants. So let go of the royal family. Just let go of the titles, and then you can go be Harry, the Hollywood celebrity. So let's get off of Harry for a minute and let's talk about on Saturday we had the funeral of Sir Captain Tom Moore. The weather was beautiful. I felt like it was a parting gift from him to us. He was honoured with a gun salute and he had a flyover from the RAF. His family are really happy. They had quite a low-key service, but what a way, what a send-off to an absolute legend that at 99 years old became an absolute hero that we are going to remember for a very, very, very long time. Now, speaking of flyovers, and I hate to bring it back to them, there looks like there was a flyover by an eagle in Montecito that landed down Meghan's dress. Who on earth would pay $5,000, practically $4,700, for a dress that made her look like she had been pooped on from high above? There is also references to the fact, uncanny though, that she looked just like the outfit that Michael Jackson wore in the Martin Bashir interview, and a few people would joke that maybe she got her interviews mixed up, but she's also wearing black and white, the same as Diana wore for her big huge interview with Martin Bashir, and the big thick heavy eyeliner, and she's got the head tilts down, but I'm going to come to that shortly. Helen on Twitter made a very good point that Armani, considering Meghan is such a humanitarian, she wants to make the world a better place. For you and for me and the entire human race. But Armani are not well known for looking after their people, paying minimum wage. So when you look them up, as Helen did here, that doesn't look like someone that really cares about where her jewellery comes from, where her clothes come from. So the next time that Meghan is going on about, you know, equality and poverty and sustainability, and Harry's talking about the environment and animals and conservation, we should definitely all remind him of the label choices that his wife definitely loves to wear. Does she ever wear anything more than once? I mean, they talk about throwaway fashion, but Meghan's throwaway fashion is like £5,000-6,000 dresses. Surely she's got something that she could re-wear just once, you know, after the lemon dress, which is, I think that was about another 3K, 3 grand. It's just a lot of money. Now, in light of the first video that I released earlier to do with the Times article, which is scathing, obviously to do with Meghan bullying members of staff, lots of accusations there that she did not treat people very nicely at all. It's no wonder that when they were papped, that they had faces like thunder. Now, there's lots of things about this photograph I want to point out. They were papped. When have Harry and Meghan been papped just out and about casually driving around in their car? They haven't, have they, in Montecito? But round about the week that they're talking about media and press intrusion, and then they've got obviously Oprah, bang. And this photograph, now I'm an amateur photographer, and I think even anyone with an iPhone can grasp that this photographer is directly in front of Harry and Meghan taking this photograph. The fact that they're not blurred and they are perfectly in focus, even where you can see Doria on the back seat. What did he do? Jump out and go, surprise! Wait, stop. I'm just going to set up my camera, ding, ding, and took the picture. Now, LA celebrity photographers are everywhere. It's LA, of course they are, but it just seemed a little bit odd. So did they get them at a stationary point? Maybe they were waiting to turn left, turn right or something. But what's very noticeable here, if you look at Harry's chest, he's not in the direct front-on view wearing a seatbelt. He's wearing one of his favourite polo shirts, but he is not wearing a seatbelt. Now, this caused social media to then kick up and turn around and, you know, look at various things. Oh, he's wearing it under his arm. Now, I tried this in my car. If you put your seatbelt under your arm, it actually goes across your lower rib cage and your stomach. So you think, oh, okay, that's where he's wearing his seatbelt. That's what he's doing. But when you look at the picture as they drive past, now this is supposed to be a natural side shot of them in motion. The photographer has now jumped out from boom, in the front of the car to the side of the car, and he is ready to go. Look just underneath the wing mirror. Now that to me, doesn't that awfully look like a chest seat belt? And if you just follow the direction of the line of the photograph, you can faintly make out where the seat belt is coming out of its little bracket. So Harry did not have his seat belt on the front facing photograph, but he did have his seat belt on as he drove past. Royals don't actually wear seatbelts a lot, and the reason for that is it's trained into them when they do their security training. It's all to do with being able to exit a vehicle quickly in case of kidnapping, if anything serious happens. So you can kind of forgive him for a second to go, oh, well, maybe he just wasn't wearing his seatbelt, you know, it's the way he's been brought up. So why is he wearing it in the second shot with the side kind of view? Now, I've noticed as well in this shot, Harry and Meghan have, I don't know if they're both just terrible actors and it was meant to be a sombre sort of face, the way the newspaper sold the story, that they were upset about the, you know, the news of Prince Philip, who I'd like to point out has now been moved from one hospital to a specialist heart hospital. This is not good. So were Harry and Meghan trying to do their best sad face? The other thing is, isn't Harry supposed to be isolating? Didn't we read that a while ago? Harry is self-isolating at the Montecito mansion in case he needs to fly back quickly for Prince Philip. Well, that doesn't look like that he's isolating very much, does it? No, he's out and about. But it does seem odd that these typical back grid photographs look like that they've been set up. Now, referring back to Philip, lots of other people have been calling on Harry and Meghan and CBS and Oprah to please not show this interview at the moment while the Duke is so unwell. They are worried about the pressure that it will put on the Duke and the Queen herself. As I said, I hope doctors and nurses are keeping all of the news and media and newspapers away. Prince Philip, probably on his 3rd week in hospital, is going to be like, when the hell can I have a bloody newspaper? Oh, sorry, the delivery driver didn't turn up again. We're so sorry. So sorry. But all jokes aside, it's fallen on deaf ears. Meghan is not going to stop. Meghan has wanted this her whole life, right? Meghan, the palace had to stop Meghan and Harry when they initially did, I think it was after Archie was born, doing an interview with Oprah. Yes, when Archie was born in May 2019, before MEGXIT was announced, and the palace turned around and said, no, you were invited. Bear in mind, this is a couple that didn't want the media intrusion into their life, but they were determined at that point that they were going to do an interview with one of the most famous women in the world. It's a wee bit hypocritical, isn't it? You know, leave us alone. No, don't leave us alone. Leave us alone. No, don't. Now, the 30-second clip has been aired, and to say that it's gone down like a lead balloon, other than the fact of obviously Philip's health, is an understatement. The newspapers have gone mad for it. They've gone absolutely bananas. There has been stories about where they've put the tables, what this means, how this means. Meghan is doing body language signals with Harry, probably gripping onto his hand in case he doesn't mess it up. You know, she's clutching a bump, but she's doing that weird hand thing. I mean, I do get women holding their bump, of course I do, and I'm not slating anyone for touching their bump. It's your bump, it's your stomach, it's your baby. She's not clutching underneath it, but she's not holding on top of it, but it's in the middle. It's just weird. But wearing the black and white like Diana's interview, holding the bump, holding Harry's hand, the dark eye makeup, the tendrils of hair softly blowing in the wind as she does her little sad face. It's all to add to the absolute drama. She's wearing black because it's a sombre colour. If she was sitting there in bright, colourful colours, she couldn't really get away with the sob story. The dark eyeliner helps hide emotion. These are all kind of little things that people use in theatre and TV. She is going for the dramatic, and nothing says dramatic more than heavy dark eyeliner and a black dress with bird shit down the front. Now, how in their right minds can they possibly think this interview is going to go down well? We are still recovering through a worldwide bug, a crisis, a financial meltdown, worldwide. We're all being simultaneously locked up, job losses, business losses, threats of absolute worldwide carnage when it comes to our finances, dipping into pension pots, all sorts of tragic things that are going through people's lives. People are being put well and truly below the breadline. Food banks cannot keep up with the demands of it. Old people are locked up in their own homes, too scared to come out. And these two think now is a good time to sell their story again to the world after finding freedom. How many more times have we got to hear them put the story right? And it's like, well, which version of the story is this that you're going to be telling? Because my video that I will be filming for you on Friday and releasing on Friday is going to be a little bit of a reminder that the story that they're peddling now is not the same story as when they announced MEGXIT. So please tune in back for me on Friday. Now, I don't understand how anyone in their right mind can still believe that Harry and Meghan wanted privacy. They didn't want privacy. You can't scream that you want privacy. You want to be a normal, you want to have a fairly normal life. You want to take a back seat. You don't want photographers hassling you. You don't want media intrusion. But then you do an article in the New York Times talking about your tragic loss of losing your baby. You really can't get much more personal than that. And then, doing this, obviously this huge interview with Oprah. The Netflix deals, the Spotify deals. I mean, we haven't really heard much from them from Spotify. They did the New Year's Eve or New Year's Day one, and nothing since. I mean, we had a bit of video footage of them talking about what they're going to do. We have a lot of footage about them talking about what they're going to do. They talk a lot, but they don't do a lot. Now, as for this 30-second clip, I have to say, Meghan is creeping me out more and more. This interview, as I said, she's wearing the exact same colours that Diana did. She's doing the head tilt, she's got the dark eyeliner, and I think that she's honestly trying to look like Diana. She's got this kind of soft... I think she's watched that interview lots. I really, really do. And the bit that creeps me out is it's like Meghan thinks that she's Diana reincarnated, and Harry seems to as well. Towards the end of everything that happened with Diana, I'm not talking about, the tragic car accident that took her life. I'm talking about the interview that she obviously did famously with Martin Bashir, and she talked about the forces and, the men in grey suits and everything. This is the narrative that Meghan and Harry have carried on. Meghan, it's like in a weird, creepy horror film, single white female way, thinks that she is now Diana and she's continuing on from that storyline. She mirrors her expressions, her words, she's mirrored her clothing, and she's also creepily mirrored the way that, the mothering figure towards Harry. And Harry has lapped it up. Now, covert narcissists copy behaviours. This is why when you first start dating a narcissist, they can come across as perfect. These are the ones to watch out for. Ems and I have done a video covering this on Ems and Taz Let's Talk, where if you go out on a date with someone and they seem too good to be true, just maybe take a step back, maybe start looking into their social media profiles. Just if someone is too good to be true immediately, you just do need to have a little bit of caution with. Now, the reason why narcissists do this, they come across as so perfect because they are mimicking you. This is the creepy stuff. They do it so subtly that you don't even notice until it's too late, and that's when we're suckered in, and that's when they start love bombing us, and by this point we've had our brains scrambled around like eggs, and then you just don't know up from down. It's the quickest way to get you to like them. They themselves don't actually have a stable identity, which is something that we have seen from Meghan, the fact that she changes so dramatically with each relationship that she has, doesn't she? You look at the way she was with Trevor, with Corey. She's even had like evolved from who she was trying to pretend to be when she came into the royal family. She tricked Harry into thinking she was that down, you know, casual girl in ripped jeans and a white shirt dressed just like his mum. Yeah, Meghan's really casual, to now in £5,000-6,000 per interview frocks. Now normally the narcissist is mirroring you, but what Meghan has done to entrap Harry, to ensnare Harry as well, is she is mimicking Diana. Now, can you imagine William the first few times he met her and she tried to pull that stunt on him? No wonder he was like, hell no, I do not like this woman, take your time, there is something very wrong. But Harry definitely didn't see that. From the very beginning, when you see Meghan come on the scene, she was very shy. She was that, oh, doe-eyed little shy, trying to come across as very innocent. Now, for a woman that is edging on, I mean, she was 36 to 40, who knows at that point. But for a woman of that age, of my age, to try and come across like a shy, naive 19-year-old, which is what Diana was when she married. And even Catherine, she was only 17, 18 when she started getting harassed. It's no mean feat. She is twice divorced, well, one annulment, one divorce. She's been married for a number of years. She's been on the celebrity circuit. All right, she's not a Hollywood actress, but she's definitely well seasoned, shall we say. And there she is pretending that it's like butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. She was playing everyone. And this is exactly what she's going to be doing. We saw it in South Africa. We saw her dreadfully upset one minute doing the Tom Bradby, talking about the fact that nobody asked if she was okay. She was devastated. But then literally an hour in between, an hour later, she'd upped her makeup, stuck in a few extra weaves, and there she was. Boom, baby, I'm here, I'm fine. That's not a woman that's just broken down and told the world how harsh and how terrible her life is. And maybe she did it the other way around. Maybe she did the happy stuff first. So what, she took off all of her makeup and took out her weave and tied her hair back for that extra dramatic, like, I'm so sad look. You were being played. We were all played. And as for this Harry and Meghan kind of weird relationship that they have that creeps me out personally, I've said before that Harry's married his mum's stalker, and that's the thing. She's not mimicking Harry, she's mimicking Diana to kind of control Harry, and it's just weird. All I get in my head is, come in, mother, Norman Bates. I really do. Meghan isn't just filling the void that Harry has over his mother, she is reliving it, and she is continuing the storyline 24 years after her death. Look at her sitting here. Look at the storylines that she is now coming out with. It's like she's gone into, she believes she is Diana. And she's tricked Harry into it as well. The dark forces, the palace vipers. Yet when they left the royal family, when MEGXIT was announced, as I said, I'll go over Friday, but there was a whole list of demands, and none of them, they certainly weren't peddling the story that they are only peddling now that the Queen has started telling them off. And as for Princess Diana, I have to say, please let the poor woman rest, please. You've got the Crown digging up stuff, you know, as Harry is now supporting the Crown, which I think is absolutely disgusting. And how long is it going to be before Harry starts backing and plugging Diana the musical? Yeah, that's okay as well, is it, Harry? I mean, there's pictures, well, here you go. I mean, this is the people that Harry is signed with. Then you've got Kristen Stewart, I think that's how you say her name, Bella from Twilight. You got Bella now filming a biopic of Diana's life. This woman has never been able to rest in peace, and I really hope that when they do the statue unveiling, the you know, the lovely commemorative statue that William and Harry have both worked together to do, that Harry learns to let his mother go. It's 24 years, Harry. It's terribly sad, but lots of us lose our parents. But until he leaves Meghan, who is pretending to be Diana, and psychologically, as I said, she's creeping me the hell out, then he's never gonna get away from this. But this is the way that she's controlling him and manipulating him, literally like a ventriloquist dummy. This is what she's got over him. Harry and Meghan are talking about smear campaigns against them and how they're being vilified and bullied and they're being harassed. They are harassing everyone else. They are the ones that are vilifying the royal family. They are the ones that are constantly flinging accusations and mud at everyone that has given them everything in life. Let's be honest, this interview on Sunday is not going to go down well. With Meghan doing the sad, soppy face and Harry, they're making themselves out to be victims yet again, whilst living in a $14 million mansion, driving around in a brand new eco-friendly Range Rover. Yeah, sure. With his granddad desperately sick in hospital, with his grandmother being 94, step away from the fact that it's the Queen, it's the royal family. This is a young man and his wife that are doing this to his elderly grandparents. So wherever you are in the world, my personal thing is I am not going to be watching Oprah live. I am not going to watch it when they air it on ITV, because I want a message to get across that we support our Queen and we support our royal family. Now, I know some of you are anti-monarchists. I don't know why you're watching my channel if you are, because I love the royal family. But believe me when I say there will be enough coverage second by second available for free without giving them the viewing figures all over online, all in the newspapers for days afterwards. So just don't give them the airtime, because as far as I'm concerned, they're traitors to the country, they're traitors to the crown, they are traitors to the UK public. And I just don't like them very much.
If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe. Please, angry typists, you will be blocked, so save your fingers the time. If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.